Hello everyone and welcome to my new Hearthstone video. Today I want to talk with you guys about a new warrior deck that has been played a lot these days, because it is so cheap and effective. The reason why I'm showing it now is that it is becoming too popular already, and a lot of people have figured out how to play it and how to counter it. So I thought I could as well just share it with everyone, and I hope it can help people who don't have many epics or legendaries to clean the ladder a bit. Now, I don't take any credit for the creation of this deck. The original creator of the deck list, as far as I know, was Reynad, who is a legend NA player and my favorite streamer at the moment. So, let's get to what matters, the deck list. The original deck list had a change or two, like having Who's instead of the upgrade cards, because of the Rush Hunter meta. However, that didn't really work out, and those Hunter decks were getting owned anyway without the Who's, so we decided to swap it for upgrade. Okay, so here is the deck list. It is pretty straightforward in my opinion. The first card, Upgrade, is pretty situational. However, you want to be using this on Arcanite Raper most of the times. Argent Squire, one of the best 1-drops in the game, since it's usually a 1 for 2 if played on the first turn. Really important to give you the advantage in the beginning of the game. Leopard Gnome is a pretty decent 1-drop because if the opponent has no way to kill him before he attacks, then it'll be at 4 damage for 1 mana already, which is really good. Fiery War Axe is one of the most important cards on the deck. Crucial for elite, you should always try to mulligan for one of these, so you can clean anything that is thrown at you on the second turn. Heroic Strike is one of the deck's signature cards. Used to be an unexpected card, now not so much. Lost count of the games this card won me already, to be honest. Bloodsaw Rider is an amazing card on this deck, not only because it survives the now popular explosive trap, but also because it can potentially become big in late game if you have weapons equipped. However, you'll be playing this card before any weapon most of the times. Fairy Dragon is also a really good 2-drop on this deck since it's protected from any removal that is not an AoE, so it can become really annoying and do some good work for if played early. The problem with Fiery Dragon is that you can target him with your spells as well. However, that's not a problem for this deck since it has no spells for the card, which is a plus for sure. Rotting Berserker is a phenomenal card, especially if played early and your opponent has no way to remove it. If you trade a bunch of creatures, it becomes just huge. It's a really fun card, and it's crucial to keep the tempo going. Harvest Golem is probably the best 3-drop in the game, and maybe that's the reason why he's in 98% of the decks. If not silenced and played early, it becomes a true for 1 almost always, and it's really good against AoE, and it gives you that extra durability that you might need in some games. Mortal Strike is, like Heroic Strike, one of the deck's signature cards. You normally want to save this card for late stages in the game, where your opponent is getting low on HP and putting out lots of taunts. Since Mortal Strike is direct damage, you can just go through the taunts, which is great and most times really unexpected. Also, it becomes a fireball if you have 12 HP or less. Arati Weaponsmith is a really good card as well because you can get basically a 3/3 for 4 mana plus a 2/2 weapon, which can be good for clutch plays and synergizes well with cards like Bloodsail or even Upgrade. Corcoran Elite is also one of the key cards in the deck. Paying 4 mana for a 4/4 with charge is just huge. Leroy Jenkins is, obviously, the best card that is not properly cheap to have on this deck. However, you can swap it for a second Nightblade or even an Arcane Golem, if you can afford it. No big deal at all. Arcanite Reaper is awesome too, especially if you use Upgrade on it. Paying 6 mana for a 6/3 weapon is probably just game over, and even if you don't have Upgrade, you'll probably be dealing 10 direct damage with it anyway. Just sick. Finally, Argent Commander, used most of the time for removal, but also for direct damage. Another important card for the deck, not really much to say about it. In my opinion, this deck is probably the strongest deck you can do without having many expensive cards. It uses no epics and only one legendary, which is good but can be swapped easily. It's like a new version of the Hunter Rush deck, just better and more safe, since it has stronger minions and their passive to help survive the game if you can't win early. The only problem with the deck is that it has no card draw at all, and facing lots of heals and taunts will give you a really hard time. Other than that, it's a pretty fun, fast and effective deck. Once again, I take no credit for the creation of this deck. I just wanted to share it since it is flavor of the month at the moment. And since it's now open beta, people might be looking for good cheap decks, so I hope I can help some of them with this video. Hope you enjoy watching. If you liked the video, please feel free to rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.